So straight off of the runway, or should we say installation, I'm standing here with the brains behind the ERRE installation and this wonderful autumn-winter collection with Karina Lowe and Natasha Jorm. Ladies, you had a successful evening this evening, but you've also done something to disrupt. You did, instead of a runway show, you did an installation. Tell us about the thought process behind that.
Well, it's installation is an amazing space to just show off the beauty of the garments. A lot of the detail goes lost when the models are just stalking off down the runway. In this way, we could really show the detail, the silhouette, and have it static, and with the idea to imbue a sense of power instead of it just being quick, go. Yeah.
Power seems to be a recurring theme for you and the line. Tell me about how you've managed to fuse feminism and femininity in a way that is not juxtaposing.
Well, what we like to do is to create a focal point, like when we are designing a garment that we feel needs to be powerful, instead of making it too feminine, too sexy, focusing on the bust or the boobs or the legs or something like that. We are trying to focus on the shoulders and putting focus on the face so that you are appearing more superior and so that people take you more seriously. So we like to do that and play with silhouettes so that an hourglass silhouette, for instance, is so feminine but it can be strong at the same time. So I think those are ways that we like to bring out the power in what you're wearing.
Again, power is still such a strong recurring theme. Power and poise. How does the theme of black contribute to that statement, the feeling, and the effort that you put into this line?
Well, we always say black is the queen of all colors. There's just something magical about black in the sense that it's the most flattering, most versatile, most practical color. Or one of the most, but then, yeah. But also, as soon as you wear black, you hear many fashionistas say this as well, that to have black on is also a sense, it's like a kind of armor almost. It's like you're shielding your emotions and everything, because there's black comes across as not very emotional in general. So
now, even though the runway is typically the smallest part of the room in comparison to the audience, your runway space, your installation space dominated the room, and so did the faces of the women as well as the garments. How are you helping women reclaim their space through your powerful, inspirational fashion?
Well, we like to give women a sense of power through the way they dress. So, like you said, creating your own space, having your own space, and standing up for who you are. And also giving you the confidence to be who you are, not trying to hide behind clothing, but having the clothing bring that confidence out of you.
You've spoken to the individuality and the necessity to portray yourself as who you are authentically. Now, this year's Fashion Week kicked off with a bit of a scandal around body shaming with the Fiancé. How does your line speak to the inclusion of plus-size clothing full of women? It's something that you speak about in your blogs, but how do your garments actually speak to that as well?
So what we like to do is that even though our garments are on models that are model size on the runway, we still like to create silhouettes and styles that are figure flattering for any shape or size. So even though you see it on a beautiful, tall, skinny model, it's going to look just as beautiful on a curvy lady as well.
Now, not very many people would find that believable, but I'm in an ERRE dress right now, and I can tell you, putting it on was putting on a glove to my skin. I saw you had one of our favorite pieces, the Miri dress made its appearance again, and it was a one pop of color. The installation had the model transforming in front of our eyes. Tell us why and how that was so important to you.
The Miri dress is super important to us because it's a dress that fits every body shape. You can change it to so many different ways. It's really just a savior in a lot of our clients' wardrobes, and we really, in this installation environment, wanted to show that off. You were talking about the body shaming earlier. For me, it's always shocking that women don't appreciate each other's and their own bodies and try to hide certain areas. For us, it's celebrating the female form, and I guess that's what the Miri is also about. The beautiful classic Grecian drapings is very flattering to the female form, and it's so beautiful, you know.
Now, I'm a big follower of ERRE-Fashion on your Instagram page, your YouTube, and your Facebook. I saw that a lot of your range this year was inspired by your recent trip to Berlin. Tell us a little bit more about that and how it came through.
Yes, we went to Berlin Fashion Week in July, both me and Natasha. And I mean, of course, it's always inspiring to be in a new city, a new space, but what struck us was one fashion history museum. There were beautiful classic garments that it felt like you could take it out of the museum, put it on somebody now, and it's still perfect. We love classic and timeless design, that idea, and that's what the show was all about, that idea that in 10 years' time you can still wear that dress and it's going to be beautiful because it's timeless and classic. Yeah.
Speaking of timeless and classic, we saw KB dressed in ERRE earlier on, channeling lots of old Hollywood glamour. How many celebrities are we seeing this evening in ERRE, and do you have a really good inspirational following from that ERRE?
Yes, we have a few. I actually didn't see everybody, so I don't know how many there were, but there were quite a few celebrities. And these ladies are amazing because they look so great in our clothing, and they're also in different shapes and sizes. And they always look amazing, and they really do good, are great for us because they represent ERRE so well.
So we saw runway become real wear in a lot of your stuff. A lot of the feedback that we saw from guests that were experiencing the installation was that it was stuff that they could literally take off the runway and wear. Is that something that you intentionally put across?
Yes, definitely. Always. I mean, great, you have a runway piece. Where are you going to wear this? The biggest design challenge is to design something that suits real bodies and that you can wear preferably every day. That's usually, I'm like, but can I wear this every day? And then we do it. So yes, you want to wear it directly off the runway. It's not just for occasions, special occasions or anything like that.
Well, there you have it, ladies and gents. We'll be walking in ERRE and on ERRE going for it.